My name is Kelly McGrath, and this project is the Ponckhockie Garden. And the inspiration is because I live in the neighborhood in proximity to the ArtPort, and my street is Ponckhockie. Building the planter boxes and sort of using recycled materials and found materials to create a space that something can live in is the connection I make between the gardening and the artwork that I make. I do really love to use found and recycled materials when I can in my artwork. I do that more in my sculpture practice than I do in my painting practice. It's important to me to not waste materials and to try and use as much existing material as possible. As a piece, I do consider this a self-portrait piece because it really is a reflection of the life that I have tried to build in Ulster County as an artist, as someone who is aware of their environment and trying to be a healthy producer, someone who cultivates food for themselves and shares with friends and neighbors when they can, and also keeps in mind the need for plants for pollinating species. So this is really a reflection of bringing in my sense of my local environment into my lifestyle and trying to make that an integrated component in not only my art practice but my life. What I was really interested in the habitat site is Michael Asbill and I had talked about doing some sort of garden plot and a greenhouse because at SUNY New Paltz right now we're developing a dye garden as a collaborative project between the sculpture and printmaking departments that we're doing as a part of our push for more sustainably oriented programming. And because I was already very interested in the possibility of doing a garden, and I'm doing a garden there, and I have the garden that I do at my own home, we thought that it would be a really interesting thing to pursue here. And we went back and forth a little bit about what types of plants we thought would be appropriate for the site. We talked about vegetables, we talked about herbs, we talked about flowers, and we came up with a little combination of everything. So what we're really hoping is that as these plants start maturing, we want to invite the community, and especially the artists that are in residence at Habitat, to come and enjoy it and harvest from it, and really think of it as just an open resource that is supporting the project overall. I tried to design the whole base of the garden container so that people who are walking past Habitat and maybe would like to watch the artists or interact with the space could come and have a spot to sit. As the plants are maturing, it's sturdy enough to stand, really experience the plants from all sides, above and below, especially because there's a lot of growth happening around the container itself. I wanted to be able to access the plants from within the container as well, and also just have this nice sense of being surrounded by all the plant matter, and being able to really be engaged with this space as an environment. Part of the offshoot from this part of the project is also the composting pile. So in order to actually clear the space to put in the garden bed, I needed to take out a lot of plant matter that was decaying and overgrown in the space. So I set up a few pallets to actually catch that material and try and reuse it as a composting resource. Thank you to Michael and Beth for inviting me to do this project at Habitat, and thank Lori and Stefan for hosting Habitat so that this could happen. And it's been a really interesting experience to be in this space and be engaged with the landscape in this way. And I hope that members of the community feel comfortable coming and engaging with the space and being in the space, because it's really meant to be inviting and open for the community to experience.